2? Alright, well, we can do 2. Because I was thinking, I'm like, maybe now's not a bad time to just call it, but like, because we're kind of halfway done, but technically not, because there's actually a 9th stage plus the Elite Four. I forgot about the Elite Four. God, I hope I can handle the Elite Four. Yeah, not all that easy. All right, well, shit. We'll go ahead. We'll give Chuck a go, and then maybe we'll call it a day for today. Now, fortunately for us and unfortunately for them, we've got insane psychic coverage, so we can insane psychic type. So we got plenty to choose from, and basically, he's got 2 ground types. I mean, I'm thinking open with Slowbro. Funny enough, yeah, Gygas. Gygas is our other one, and then Xatu. Like, these 3 are pretty much probably going to be the only ones we rely on. Only other one we might use might be Lita. We haven't had a chance to use Lita yet in this mode, which, I mean, I kind of expected, because grass isn't something I typically rely on too much, but it does have its uses. I also think this arena looks really funny, just because you got this fucking buff body on the wall, and it just looks incredibly ridiculous. Yeah, look at me, I'm a fit man. Like, it's just goofy as shit. He's going for a dig. Alright, well, good thing for us, we got a counter for that too. I don't really know why he's choosing to try and dig Slowbro, but I guess whatever floats your boat. And see, the cool thing about Hop-Tart, though, is that it has 2 ways to beat fighting. So basically, we could take whichever stat of theirs, defensive stat of theirs, is lower, and expose that. But Hitmontop is actually really, really well balanced. I mean, yeah, well balanced all around. So its defenses are pretty equal, and then its offense is pretty good to boot. The only downside is its health is a little bit low, but yeah, he's built to take some punishment. Like, it also kind of surprised me how good Hitmontop was, but also it's kind of disappointing how bad Triple Kick is. So, though it's his signature move, you're better off teaching him basically anything else. Which, that kind of sucks. I mean, in this generation, you can probably get away with it, but, like, in later generations, don't do Triple Kick. That's not worth it. And on top of that, I don't even think it's possible, because they keep adding new moves and stuff, it fucks with the way, they could have Rock Slide, I'm not taking that chance. It fucks with the way, like, certain ones level up. So, like, basically, it could make it so Hitmontop only learns Triple Kick at level 15, which I think is the case. Kind of like how I pointed out with Jinx before. Like, I don't think it's possible for him to learn Triple Kick leveling up anymore. I think it's just sucks dick to be you, and that's it. Which is very unfortunate. So if you want to use it, you'd have to find a move tutor. What was that? Was that Fissure? Now, in the original generation, stuff like that will not hit if you are faster than them or a higher level than them, that's nice to know. I think higher level is still true today, but definitely speed was a factor. So that's a little strategy for you in case you ever had trouble with the Gambler and Prime Cup. Yeah, just send out something fast and you pretty much got it in the bag. Oh look, a Gengar? Well, it doesn't look like you're gonna hit me. So that's a nice way of doing it. Yeah, it looked like Horn Drill. And also a funny fact, which I didn't realize was the case, the Nidoran guys are supposed to be based off of rabbits. I never knew that. I mean, it's in the name Rhino, but I mean, it is very apparent that it doesn't look like a rhino, but it's supposed to be rabbit. The ears are supposed to be rabbit ears. Yeah, in case you didn't know that, there you go. I would say it's more like a fucking dinosaur thing when it's Nidoking, Nidoqueen than a rabbit, but yeah. Definitely the first 2 forms are supposed to be rabbits, which I mean, I suppose it resembles them. Also, I just remembered Jasmine's only got one, so maybe we can do Jasmine too. Alright, so sort of the same rules apply, because Gygus can take out half the team. Slowbro can take out half the... Well, yeah, Slowbro is better. Slowbro can take out half the team plus Sandslash. And then that just leaves Granbull, which I don't want to do Sudowoodo because all of his team can take out Sudowoodo. Also, Lita actually might be good here because Lita could play defensively and work well against Sandslash and Poliwrath. But Xatu still has the ground immunity. So I mean, I guess we're gonna try Xatu, but if plan fails, just know that Lita's not a bad choice. I tell you, like, you're using the same team I am. If you are, God help you. I'm so sorry I gave you this team, but I mean, it's just an idea. Bah! Oh, another fun thing. Some Pokemon actually share cries. Not in Stadium 2, but in the original, in the Game Boy sounding one. So like Parasect, or I think it's Paris, and Mewtwo, they have the exact same cry. And then Charizard and Rhyhorn, the exact same cry. So just a little bit of strange trivia for you. I'm pretty sure there's more than that, but like it's kind of funny how that one works out. I'm just gonna do Psychic again. That's not a bad choice. Yeah, at least they kind of like, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, that they basically replicate their playstyle in the 2D game. So like, I don't know, I wouldn't really consider Faulkner spamming Mudslap, but he sure as hell did it this fucking game, which makes sense considering that's the TM he gives you. But yeah, like, good, confuse no more, kill it. What sucks, though, is if Pokeslow dies, we kind of are down on our advantage against Sandslash. The other good thing is he works as defensive against, what do you call it? Poliwrath. I'm going to try for Gygus, because I got a feeling it might do either fighting or a normal-based attack. I don't think it's going to do bite. Like, that's been my concern with Snubbull, because, you know, it's kind of like a basic move for it, but I got a feeling this one might not. Shadow Ball. That's even worse. That's even worse. Alright, well, you know what? We might as well go all in. You're right here, so fucking Hypnosis it. Yeah, see, that's just it. It's whenever it's the most convenient for me is when it doesn't work. It's like, I'm sorry, are you in a pickle and you need this to win the game? Well, you're not gonna land it this time. As to where it's like, I don't really care, I don't really need it, it's not that big of a deal. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever, take it. But once I'm in a problem, then I no longer have it. Also, some of the cries are basically the exact same based off the Game Boy, just in a higher quality, we'll call it. Like, Jinx is also another one that basically sounds the same. It's just I never knew that as a kid because I didn't play the originals. Why did you do that? I mean, I don't mind, but, like, why? And do it again, because I can resist fighting by, like, 4 times. I mean, maybe, I don't know if I want to say do it again. I don't want to get confused, but, like, it shouldn't hurt. That time it got me. Well, definitely considering Lita, just because it makes us immune, it nullifies the Shadow Ball issue. Yeah, we're pretty dead. By her own hand, his own hand. Way to go, genius. Also, a fun fact for you, in XD, during the battle bingo, they don't have ball animations, so as a result, the fanning animations actually extend by just a little bit. Now, that matters because that means you can actually see Xatu completely fall over on its back as a complete fanning animation. It never occurred to me that that was the case until it happened, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and now I'm confused again. Yeah, we're just getting pretty unlucky with this one. I mean, it was unlucky that we happened to switch the ghost out to fight the guy who's got Shadow Ball by like a lot. But now we know he's got Shadow Ball, so we're definitely going to replace... I don't know, should we replace Gygus or should we replace Xatu? Alright, I decided to switch out Gygus for Lita, mostly just because Gygus was the least accurate between Lita, or between him and Hop-Tart, because I figured Hop-Tart's better in that respect, so... Yeah! And it gives Lita a chance to do something too. It's just it's a huge shame that we don't have the Confusion Berry on anyone we're using here, because that would help immensely. But so far you can see how this is literally the exact same thing that happened 5 seconds ago. And it's kind of strange that it does that. So I'm hoping, I don't remember if this attack was supposed to hit or not, but I want it to hit. Yep. And now, since it would be using Gramble next, we can go ahead and switch to Lita. Unfortunately, the problem is it's not going to be doing too much. It's just mostly there to protect the others, really. So, like, it'll keep us out of confusion now, because now Slowbro will no longer be confused. But, like, oh, it just kind of sucks. I want something a little bit better. We got Synthesis. Synthesis will help draw some time a little. And it's really defensive. That did 80. So, Body Slam. I'm going to go for that. Hope for Paralysis. And apparently we outspeed it. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's not really known for being fast. That did about 70. That did a lot for something that should have resisted. How did I know? Strength. Wow, you know, I never really thought of Granbull as any good, honestly. Like, I know it's got a good attack, but I feel like it didn't really fit its calling until it turned into a fairy type. But right here, it's doing a pretty good job at whipping my ass. How much is this gonna do? At that point, I'm only healing very, very little bit. Like, do I just keep biding for time? Yeah, because I figured at some point time's gonna run out, and that's it. Like, we didn't really accomplish much of anything here. I was considering attacking at that point, because I was like, I might as well go for it, but I don't really feel like that helped us at all. I mean, I could try and confuse him, maybe. Get him before he gets me. But I feel like that's putting a little bit too much faith into RNG that it'll work out for me. Which I guess in this case it did. Now he's almost dead. If we can hang on long enough to get one more attack, we'll be okay. Oh, I'm so glad it's confused no more. It took one hit and that's it. Meanwhile, I'm going to be confused for 5 turns because I'm that lucky. Alright, well thankfully it attacked. What is this, a critical hit? Yeah, there you go. So you got flavored dialogue, so you know. Sometimes it's not the most obvious. And let's see if it still goes with Poliwrath. If it does, definitely going to try and switch. I don't know if I want to switch to Slowbro, though. Because it's possible it could have Ice Beam, but I feel like it's going to focus more on Dynamic Punch. And the reason I want to switch is to get rid of Confusion, but it's very possible that it could just do Dynamic Punch, hit me, and then confuse me, which would completely nullify the point of switching. So I guess I'll try and hope for Confuse Ray. Thank you. That was really weird you were going to twat yourself there. I mean, this is the best bet I get, is confuse them before they confuse you. Hydro Pump. Yeah, because that's where Slowbro's a little bit more useful, is he also works as water defense. Confuse no more. You didn't even hit yourself. Well, thankfully that worked out. Now, Poliwrath is also incredibly defensive as well. Like, super strong, super defensive. It's insane. He's a little bit slow, but, like, Poliwrath is pretty good as well. Like, another one that I never really thought about too much, but then once, like, I started using it, I was like, damn, Focus Band. I thought Focus Band was only there for, like, if it wouldn't work unless you had full health, but apparently that's not the case. So, now I know. Yeah, I gave Gygus the Focus Band on Coliseum, because I'm like, well, he's going to be the only one who get use out of it, but I guess it doesn't have to be full health. And yes, I realized Focus Sash, but Focus Sash is guarantee. That's where I figured Focus Band would be. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, so that's why. So I'm not confusing them, I just thought they worked similarly. One was a guarantee and one was maybe. But I suppose that maybe kind of would make it stupid, wouldn't it? Not like anyone uses the damn thing.